Oke, mulai dulu.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to our Morn Talk with us today. For today, we're gonna talk about something hot that always being, I think it's an habit in Indonesia right now. But before that, let me introduce you to myself. My name is Syahdrilman Putra Halawa. You can call me Ariel, and this is all my friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Algi Ferjuanda.
Hi everyone, my name is Rafif Grama Putra.
Hi everyone, my name is Joedy Pratama.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about corruption, and our lecturer already gave the fixed title. It's called Fighting Against Corruption Problems in Indonesia. The first one, I want to ask you about what do you think of the corruption rate in Indonesia? It's high or low? Or and maybe you can give me some scandals that happened in Indonesia so I can remember what happened back day in Indonesia. To talk first?
Okay, let me do the first. Corruption cases in Indonesia are still relatively low per year, but the state losses caused by corruption are already at huge number. I think, like recently, occurred 271 trillion mega corruption. I think all of you know that case. That's all
So,
from me.
do you think the corruption rate is low because the number of the corruptor?
Yeah, because of the number scandals that happen.
Because I think we can say the corruption rate is low because uh, the only corruptor goes viral is pretty low. Because we all know there is so many corruptor, the corruption case back then this year.
Yeah, I think that's already a general secret, right? That's a lot of case of corruption that's known or unknown in our country. So it's already be our job to deal with it, I think.
Maybe Jody wants to talk too.
For me, I think the corruption rate in Indonesia is quite high since we might not heard a lot of scandals, but maybe some of them haven't gone viral or maybe still unknown.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And the next one, after we know about the scandals, we know about the rate of uh, the corruption things in Indonesia. I want to ask too, what do you think of the root of this problem? What happened? What make this happen? Maybe Mr. Algi want to talk first?
I think the root of this problem is from the individual itself. The feels of unsatisfying, the feel of to earn more and more to get rich and rich. When they get changed, of course they will took it. So yeah, it will back to their individuals itself.
If we say the corruption is individual stuff, so maybe it mean the corruption is just nowadays case. But if we see the roots back then in the Ming Dynasty, the corruption already happened, right? So I think Corruption is like a such generational problem for me.
For me, I think the root of the problem is in the individual. I think it's the law, since most of the time the corruption
With video,
get
meet.
away without any punishment and begin to corrupt again.
There is the law. There is the law. Um, there is the law and there is a penalty for the corruptor. But you know,
Yeah, the law is right now pretty weak since most of the time they might be just get away without a punishment since they can just bribe the people that investigate the case.
uh, so you can say the law is pretty weak, because
Yeah.
there is a bribe. You can blame the law. You need to blame who make the law and who run it.
Okay, before we go to the prison, let's next to our next question. After we know about the root, we know what make these things happen. I want to know too, from three of you here, how do you deal with these corruption issues?
Jody, maybe you want to say your opinion first.
For me, I think what we should do is strengthen all, asking the government to strengthen our law and make the punishment more severe. Since most of the time people just go to prison and get away and can do it again.
But they are not fair with the only law, right? They always find a way to get through of it. So the only way to deal with the corruption is to be more corruptor, to be more corruption. For me, but I don't know about you. But for me, if there is a villain, you need to be more villain than the villain. The stronger life, the strongest one in life.
Okay, nice question, nice answer. Mr. Algi, maybe you want to give your opinion?
Uh, in my opinion, with updating the current system and the policies on corruption that are still, yes, we know it's still unable to control the pledge of corruption in Indonesia. Yeah, I think with updating the system, it will help.
Is that?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thank you for the opinion from three of you. And then after that, as university student, what you guys can do to contribute about these issues? Do you want to help government or anything? Maybe who want to talk first?
Let me talk first.
Okay.
Reflecting from on the current situation right now, it's difficult to mobilize people to invite people to together to speak out about our denial about these corruption things. So yeah, the alternative we can do, enter the government system and update the policies on corruption itself. I think that's all from me.
Yeah, me either. I'm agree with you, Algi, because as a university student, personally we can do nothing about it. But if we work together, just like 98, in the 98, that there is a riot to bring down the government, to down Soeharto, right? Nah, if we work together, we can do bigger action. Nah, but as personally, we can do nothing. So we just need to join the system. And after join the system, no one know what happened. Maybe we can solve the problem, or we're being the worst corruptor in Indonesia. We never know. Never know. We never know, right?
Well, for me, I agree with Algi, but rather Algi and Rafif, but rather than joining, I think we should unite and break the system and make a new one. Since if we join it, we might make more and more corruptor. Since maybe one down and two or three might be born because of that.
Can you promise me if you join the government, you will make the difference?
No, I don't think so. I think we rather than joining them, we should just remake them, renew them.
How can we remake from the outside? If
Well,
we
individually we cannot, but I think if we unite, we could make it happen.
there is 1,000 people outside the DPR, outside the presidential home, shouting for change, asking for change, asking for change. I mean, they just don't give a damn about it. So the only way is join the system.
Okay, so we are hoping what you say will you do when you get the chance to be the government things. And I think that's the last question. But before we close this session, maybe I want to ask you about 3 words about our topic today. Like anything, but I want you make it simple, like 3 words for our topic today. Algi want to talk first or Rafif maybe?
I think Jody can do the first person.
Okay, Jody you want to talk first. Jody, the time is yours.
For me, my three word is please enforce the law. I think that's all I can say.
For me, because I don't want begging to the government to make the difference, so I think this is the 3 word for me to face the corruption just better than them. That's all for me, bro.
Okay.
Okay,
From me
for
is
that's
3 word is renew the system. Okay, that's all.
we always save the best for the last, yeah. Okay, so maybe just that can we talk about these things, and before I close this morning talk, I think I'll make the conclusion about what we are talking about, because I don't talk about I don't answer the question, so I make the conclusion. Addressing corruption in Indonesia requires a concerted effort from all sectors of society, including government, civil society, the private sector, and citizens. By implementing comprehensive anti-corruption measures, fostering a culture of integrity, and promoting accountability, Indonesia can work towards building a more transparent, accountable, and equitable society for its citizens. Maybe that's all from us. I'm sorry for all inconveniences. And yeah, thank you for my friends who are joining this session.
My pleasure, my boy.
Okay. Thank you all. Goodbye.
See you.